I probably have. Right, okay, there you are. There you are. How are you anyway? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good, good stuff. Obviously, a lot of people are thinking that you are the favourites for this one, Callum, because of what you did in the last round. How are you viewing this semi-final, and what are you expecting from St Mirren?
I think it's obviously probably really close. I think you look at our league form this season, probably very similar. St Mirren obviously got to semi-final League Cup as well, so they've had a fantastic season. We managed to just pick them right at the last 4 or 5 minutes to get to top 6. So for us to be favourites, I'm not quite sure. I think it's a pretty even game.
You made quite a few changes to the weekend, and obviously, still came good with that result against Hibs. The kind of opposite happened with St Mirren. They tried to rest players but couldn't do that, and then still didn't get the result they were looking for. Does that kind of thing have a kind of bearing on the build up to these kind of games? That your plans not coming off, that you wanted to kind of rest players when you weren't able to do that?
Mine wasn't probably about resting players. Mine was making sure I had everybody in the last probably 4 or 5 games since the split. They've all played 90 minutes, at least a couple of 90 minutes, so I know they're match sharp. So whatever team I was going to pick for Sunday, I think they're all ready to go and they're all fully focused and they're all up to speed and fitness wise. So again, I don't think you can't read too much into if games don't go your way. I think it's a one-off game. It's a totally different environment, totally different atmosphere. So, I don't really look too much into it.
Just a final one from me. Obviously, you'll be aware that you've been shortlisted for the Scottish Writers' Manager of the Year. How delighted are you with that, and how do you rate your chances?
Obviously, delighted and very honoured to be up with the other managers that have been put forward as well. How do I fancy my chances? Asked me on Sunday. So I think it's one of those, but just delighted to be there. Obviously, it's my first season, so it's all credit to the players and what they've done for me this season, how they went about their business.
Unfortunately, Callum, I think the deadline's already passed. So does that diminish your chances a wee bit?
It might do. I don't know. Listen, if you ask me to get manager or get to the Scottish Cup final, I'll definitely go to the Scottish Cup final. So it's just a good honour. It's a great honour. To be up there, I think we've had a really successful season. So I'm delighted no matter what happens on Sunday. If somebody said to me and said to the players, this is what's going to happen this season, I think we would have definitely taken it and walked on to the following season pretty quickly.
Has this season went beyond your sort of wildest expectations when you took the job up? I mean, to get to win a trophy, top 6, and also, a semi-final, potentially another final. I mean, was there any part of you that thought that was achievable at the start of the season?
No, probably not really. I think if you look at St Johnstone won Scottish Cup in 2014, that's it. So to get those far in competitions, I think it was a really tough sort of job to take over from Tommy, who'd been so successful. So I just tried to make sure we basically stayed in the league. I think that's my first and foremost. I'm not a negative person. I'm actually quite a positive person, but stay in the league and then see what we can do after that. And I think from late December onwards, I think the players have been brilliant and they managed to turn what could have been a difficult season into a phenomenal season for them.
I mean, when you look back, there was a sort of sticky spell at the start of the season. I mean, what do you think's been key to the sort of turnaround and where you find yourselves now?
It's a good question because football-wise, we're playing really well, creating chances, just not taking them. And probably that's, for me, the biggest thing is both boxes. We defended our box really well and also we attacked the opposition box pretty well as well. I think in between we've been pretty consistent most of the season. So to me, that's the biggest difference, and it's managed to turn those 0-0s into 1-0. So long may it continue.
Is expectations levels risen at the club now? Obviously, you getting the first trophy back in 2014, following it up with in the club's history relatively quickly to get a second one, and now there's a chance of a third. I mean, do you think the mindset of the club is changing now that this has to be a regular occurrence for a club like St Johnstone?
I don't think so. I just think for me the players they've got a lot of confidence. I think you can see the way they've played and the way they work as a team and a unit. I think they've got a lot of confidence from the success of the League Cup, and hopefully we can use that on Sunday to our benefit. It's at Hampden. We've been there a couple of times before with coming away with good memories from that place. So try and use that as a positive going into the game, and hopefully, they can play well and perform to a level. Cup ties are cup ties, that's where they're quite exciting to watch because you don't know what's going to happen. I think the quarterfinals, most of the games, you kind of saw that in the games. So it's great to see the Scottish Cup come alive in the quarterfinals, and it's something quite exciting.
Callum, what do you think St Mirren's strengths and weaknesses are? Obviously, I don't want you to give us your game plan, but where do you see them? You said they're quite similar to you, don't you? You reckon similar level?
Yeah, definitely. I think they've had a very similar season. I think they've got some really good young players, some really good football players in their team. I think when you let them pass the ball, they're very, very dangerous. They've got a couple of boys in the middle of the park, with a lot of experience behind them. So we're probably the other way around. We've probably got younger ones, probably at the back, and a bit more experience going forward. So no, but they're a good football team when they get the chance to play and pass and move it. And I think they're quite clinical when they get to the final third. So something we'll have to look at trying to stop.
In terms of the meetings between the two of you so far this season, I think the home side has won all 3 matches. Should we expect a draw at Hampden then at the weekend?
Hopefully not, because my heart won't take it. So no, I think what that says is I think it's going to be a really tight game. I think all the games we've played previously have all been pretty tight. So I think the first goal is going to be crucial at Hampden. I think how we start and how we go about our business at the start of the game. I think we weren't great against Hibs in the semi-final. I think we've learned from that, and hopefully we can start well on Sunday.
Hi, Callum. Given all that you have,
hi, Callum. With the League Cup obviously in the bag already, how hungry does that make you for more success?
I think you want more. I think once you get it, I think we all know, once you get that little bit of success, you get a taste of it. I think you drive towards it. I think when I got the job, I did want success, and I think the question was I didn't quite expect what we would achieve this season. So once I've got it now, I think it's a great opportunity to try and get some more, and it won't be through lack of effort from the players or for the coaching staff. So we'll have a right go. But yeah, I definitely do success. You kind of want more after that.
And you've said that the aim at the start of the season was to obviously stay in the league, but you finished top 6, you've got a League Cup in the bag. What would it mean to get to the Scottish Cup final? I mean, this must just be a dream start in your management career.
Yeah, it's just been, it also says at the start, it was pretty tough at the start, first couple of months, but yeah, towards the end, my wife will probably say I'm a bit more relaxed at home in the last couple of months. A bit more fun. I don't actually say that because I'm not fun any time of the year. So, no, I think it'll mean loads, to get to the final. It's a massive game. I did say the League Cup, once I look forward to Sunday. Can we give ourselves a chance to win the trophy? If we get to the final, then there's no point enjoying the final unless you win it. So that's probably going to go the same mindset, and it's how I think. But if we can get to the Scottish Cup final and keep our season going, I think the players don't want the season to end. Neither do I. So hopefully we can make it last another week.
Thank you.
Callum, you've obviously achieved a lot in your career as a football player, and now you're in management. You're already doing so well, but how would it rank in terms of your overall football career if you were to get to the Scottish Cup final as well already this season?
Yeah, probably. If you look at my record as a football player, my cup competitions were horrendous. So maybe I'm getting a little bit of reward for that, how they're so bad as a player. So, I think it'd be up there probably with obviously probably one of the best achievements ever in football to get there, especially with a team as such as St Johnstone. We're very close to me, so I think it means a lot. But again, just want to try and get there first and foremost, and then hopefully we can have another conversation in a couple of weeks' time.
And if you are to get there, I mean, have you thought about the fact that you could do the double?
Obviously, yeah. Probably every night. No, I'm joking. I just no, I don't. It's one of those. I think you do let yourself drift a little bit. Be lying if it's not human nature to do it. But I know we've got really difficult tasks coming up. So I think the players are well focused on what they're going to do and what they want to achieve. So hopefully we can. The only thing we do is if we put a good performance in Sunday and give ourselves a chance.
And it's such a shame that, the St Johnstone fans can't be part of it. But how great a time is this to be a St Johnstone fan? And do you hope that when things start to normalise that, this can all help to perhaps attract more people into McDermott Park?
Yeah, I hope so, definitely. That's obviously the aim, is to try and be successful around your local sort of town, city. So hopefully the young ones are watching it on TV with their dads, mums and dads and grandparents, and watching it and maybe get hooked a little bit. And hopefully once everyone settles down, obviously I said to you before, hopefully we can celebrate our League Cup victory in some way with supporters. Just obviously, unfortunately, they can't be there. As if we don't get to Hampden that often. And they've obviously missed out on 2 occasions before. This will be the 3rd one. You know, I'm just hoping they're going to miss out on the 4th one too.
Okay, thanks, Callum.
Cheers.
Hi, Callum. Your first season as a manager, obviously. How steep a learning curve has it been for you?
I wouldn't say massively steep. I think that's why I was assistant manager for 7 years. And that's why I went to other clubs. Obviously with St Johnstone, it was great with Tommy. But that's why I took the opportunity to try something else and something different. So, yeah, there's certain things that you don't really expect. Obviously dealing with certain players and, their emotions and stuff like that, which you don't really see as assistant, and basically working upstairs as well. So these are the wee things that have been a challenge and been different for me. So, but I wouldn't say it's a steep learning curve because I knew quite a lot what was going on. I think probably the biggest one for me is COVID. I think that's the one I don't think anybody knew anything about it. I don't think that's just a manager. I think that's just everyone. And some of these have been really difficult to understand and get your head around.
As a side, you've kept that momentum going, the hunger, the drive, the commitment. How important has that been, and how important is it that there's no let up?
No, I think I've been really pleased with the players since we got to the top 6. I think they could have quite easily taken the foot off the gas, but I think you look at the performance levels and the energy levels they're giving me, even the Aberdeen game right through to this week, I think they've been fantastic, and it's something that they'll continue. I know they will, and it's something that won't let them down.
The feel-good factor is clearly much in evidence. Several of your key players, you've got them tied up on new deals, which is great to see. They're clearly buying into your blueprint for St Johnstone. How close are you to tying others up?
Well, hopefully we'll have 2 or 3 more pretty soon. So we're quite close in 2 or 3 deals. So, and then we've got another couple ongoing as well. So hopefully we can start to sort of nail a few things down and make sure we're good for next season.
And just looking at Murray Davidson, terrific to see him back after 3 months out, and what a wretched run he's had at various stages of his career through injury. But how good is it to see him back, and how close would he be to a starting place for the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Just great to have him back, on the training pitch. So, delighted for that. I think players have performed really well in his absence. So, yeah, it'll be a fight for him to get himself back in the team.
And with such a big game coming up, often the injury list kind of dries up. Is that the case as you head towards Sunday? Yeah,
the only injury we've got is Scott Tanzer, but we knew that we got his scan results back. So, sort of good and bad news with him. Good news is he's not long term. Bad news is he's probably out for the rest of the season and possibly into sort of start of pre-season. But that's good for Scott. It wasn't as bad as we first feared.
Excellent. Thanks, Callum. Good luck.
Yes.
Hi, Callum. How you doing?
Good.
Good. With bearing in mind that 3 of the 4 quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup went to penalties, is that something that you've maybe been concentrating a wee bit on this weekend? Is who's going to be taking them and practicing them?
No, didn't really do it for the quarter-finals. I think players practice their penalties anyway. And I think for me, it's always about who feels good in the game. You can practice a penalty under no pressure, and I think it's whoever feels good at the end of that sort of 120 minutes. For me, is the one who will take it, and I'll leave it up to the players. And they do practice their penalties on their own. I wouldn't put them in a situation where it's. I always believe you should practice your penalties without a goalie. Just because, again, goalies can pull off wonderful saves, and it makes it difficult in your mind what you're going to do. So I always believe in practicing penalties without any goalies.
And again, looking at the game for Sunday there, it's one of these ones that you're hoping that the penalties don't come along. You want to take care of it in the 90 minutes, but failing that surely within the 120.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't mind it anyway. I think it's a cup tie. I think no matter how you get through tie, you might play really badly, and you might not perform well, but can we get to the next round? Can we get to the final? And I think the players know that, as the St Mirren players will do as well. So it's going to be hopefully a good, enjoyable game for the neutral to watch, and hopefully we can put on a wee show.
And last weekend's results out of the semi-finalists, there was only yourself that won. Do you take anything from that?
No, nothing. Cool.
Okay, good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Callum, can I just ask quickly? Sorry, obviously, there's only 3 players that are left at the club that won the cup back in 2014, and obviously Stevie May in the semi-final was, the hero that day. I mean, he's obviously. Can you just give us your reflections on that day and his performance, looking back at that game against Aberdeen at Ibrox?
Yeah, I think it was a big game. I always do remember Aberdeen missing a chance, and I think it was the second half. I think it was about the 50th minute. I think somebody missed a header back post. Me and Tommy turned around and went, "Oh, that was pretty lucky." And then we just shifted. We played obviously Mazo up top with Stevie McLean, and we actually shifted him wide left. And obviously then he went on to do the business for us. He's just got that energy level. I think he's been really good for us. I think even now, I think you see him come back to, his energy levels in the Rangers games are tremendous. So it's great to have him there. But back in the day, it was a young Stevie May. He's a little bit wiser, a bit more experienced. So it's great to see the 3 boys still here. And it says a lot about St Johnstone that they're still here. I know Michael did leave and come back, the same with Stevie, but it says a lot about the club that they want to come back and play for them.
Yeah. Is he, the Stevie's career has obviously had his injuries, but are you seeing him sort of shaping up for, another sort of big moment in his career, Stevie?
Yeah, definitely. I think you see it every day in training. I think that's a positive for me. I think you see it every day, and I think we'd all like to see Stevie hit 25 goals again, 26 goals again. If he does that, he probably won't be here the following season. So it's a catch, but I'd rather him see him do that, and I think he's working hard, behind the scenes with obviously Maka, with the strikers, and in training. I think he's been excellent. So we just need to turn his work rate into a few more goals, and we'll see Stevie flying again.
Appreciate it. Cheers, mate.
Good
Cheers,
luck.
thank you.
Thanks very much, Callum.
Thanks very much, Callum. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you. See you later.
Good luck.
Callum,
Thanks,
all the
Mark.
best.